Hello, hello, hello. Long time no see. So, I'm going to be stretching and talking. And today I'm going to talk about relationships and a little, I guess, piece of advice for relationships. Uh, Submission. All right. Usually that's a word people don't like to say. Um, but submitting in a relationship is actually very important. So usually when we think of submission, we think about like, oh, I am under that person. I am like a slave to that person. Um, but submission, at least in the Bible, is not that way. It's not like a dictatorship. It's not like a person has more power than you. Instead, it's more like you are humbly putting that person before yourself, putting that person's thoughts and needs before your own. And so, me and my wife, we try to submit to each other. And for example, just before I started making this video, I felt super hot and I wanted to turn on the air conditioner, but she felt the the temperature is perfect. And so I turned on the fan instead. It's a very simple example, but but that's an example of submission. And she's laughing right now too. But yeah, but even some other small things, if someone doesn't like something, I'm like, okay, I won't do that thing. Even though maybe in my view it's okay, but mm, it's like usually it's like the small things that aren't really that important, but giving way, and that can really make a relationship last longer. And I know maybe many people feel like, no, I have my rights. But in relationships, especially like marriage and romantic relationships, it's really important not to think about yourself. Try to think about the other person. And if that person doesn't think the same way about you, then I would say that maybe that person is not the right person for you, you know? So, yeah, it's really important to really put the other person before yourself and vice versa. They should also try to do the same because if they really love you, they'll do it. So it's not 50-50; it's 100-100. Like really give your best to the person, and the person should also give the best to you. And, before even, I guess, doing that, it's important to have expectations as well. And speaking those expectations to the person that you're in a relationship with. Yeah. Yeah. And so, like with me and my wife as well, again, we spoke about what we expected and our thoughts. And so we had a clear understanding because many people in relationships, there's a romantic stage, like the honeymoon stage, where everything is so lovely and you think, nothing can ever go wrong. But once that goes away, then some problem can come. And if you don't have the foundation and clear communication of your guys' expectations, that can cause some problems in the future. So, yeah, it's really important to clearly state expectations and to be humble and submit in places where you have to submit. And pride is something very difficult for people to let go of. All right. Yeah. So, anyway, that's just what I was thinking about today, or just this moment, actually. Yeah. But I'll talk to you guys later.